Hey everyone, and welcome to John Talks Indian Cinema. I am your host, the Indian Cine-MANIAC, back with another 10ish minute review. Listen, before I get to the review, I want to show you something, okay? You can see half of my neon light back there. I want you to see the whole thing. So let's see if I can switch here. Should be able. Oh, there you go. How's that, huh? John Talks Indian Cinema. Not too shabby, right? Okay, so I'm kicking off these podcasts a little bit differently because not getting a ton of likes. I get some videos that get a lot of views, but they don't get a lot of likes. Actually, the last couple of films haven't been getting a lot of views, maybe because the movies that I'm watching, I don't know. But please, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the notification button, hit the like button. Small thing to you, big thing to the channel as we build the Maniac community. So a very special request for a film, and it's from a long-time fellow maniac who's had some trials and tribulations in her country, especially with weather and a few other things. So I wanted to honor this. This is for at Wolverina Pagan. Some of you guys know I've talked about her before. Well, I asked her, I reached out to her, see how she was doing. And I said, hey, is there a film you'd like me to review on the show? And she said, yes. So she gave me, from 2014, Mary Kom, directed by Omung Kumar in their directorial debut. And the cast, and I didn't know this, even I saw the poster for it, but I didn't know it was her. Priyanka Chopra Jones, who I've seen in Barfi. I loved her in Barfi. Agneepath, Seven Khoon Maaf, and Dil Dadakni Do, another one that I really liked. Darshan Kummar, who's an actual footballer, apparently, and he was also in The Family Man. Sunil Thapa, and Robin Das. So, first of all, this film is based on a real female boxer who uh, who won gold medals and became a national champion. It was also banned from the village or town or city where she's from, which was Manipur, and Chopra actually sung one of the songs, Charo. It's not Charo because I know who Charo is. Chaoro. She provided the vocals, and she sang in Dil the Dakne Do too. She's got a good voice. So it opens up. Okay, so the story. The story is about a woman who, through trials and tribulations, she's a ruffian. She doesn't take any garbage from anybody. She's willing to take on guys fighting, and she turns that energy into becoming a female boxer. In fact, the movie actually starts off. She's pregnant, about to give birth, and they're trying to get her to the hospital through these riots. And that part of it I really didn't understand. I don't know what the time frame was on that. Although I think it was 91. So what was going on in 91 that there would have been, I don't know, it looked like almost like martial law. So so you find out, and she plays the younger character too. So she plays the character as an adult, Mary Kom. She plays her as an adult, and she plays her as a young woman, and she actually did a pretty good job. I mean, the way they did her hair and the way she acted, she came across as, like a high schooler that you could kind of buy that. So I thought she did a good job in that. So at the beginning of the film, she finds one boxing glove, and she wants to take on someone with one boxing glove. And so now they flash forward to 2000 where she's beating up boys, and she takes on a bully who is picking on somebody with one glove, right? And she gets beat up pretty good, but she gets in her licks too. Um, so um, she finally decides that she wants to box, and she wants to learn how to box. So she goes to a gym to find a coach. Now the father wants to have nothing to do with this. So she's got to keep it a secret from him. And at first, she takes the train because it's far away from where she lives. She goes to the gym and, she talks to him, the coach, and he says he'll get to her eventually. Well, she sits there like every single day in the gym and nothing's happening. Because one thing that he wanted to know, was she committed to it? Is this something she really wanted? And it's really about the philosophy of boxing. That's how he kind of approached it, like a Zen master almost. Um, and one of the things she does, because her family's poor and they have to, I think they sold their cow, if I remember right. She goes into an illegal fighting ring, and all she has to do is survive against a guy for 45 seconds. And if she does, she wins some money. So she goes out in the ring, and the guy's a giant. And he's like, "Look, we can't do this. We can't do this." And she calls him a chicken and some other stuff. Now they start tussling a little bit, and she is getting wailed on, but she keeps coming back because she wants the 45 seconds. Well, she ultimately gets knocked out, but she lasts 45 seconds. So right away, the temerity of this boxer. And then the rest of the movie is her journey to becoming a professional boxer and winning big competitions, and how it affects her father and mother, how she ends up connecting with a guy who helped her, and they end up becoming husband and wife, which creates a rift because the coach said, if you got to commit to boxing, and if you're going to get married, he didn't want to get married, then he didn't want to have a baby, and ultimately she ended up having a baby, and she had to give up boxing. Well, she missed it so much, and the husband was very supportive, by the way. She ends up coming back to boxing, and then the climax is, like every big boxing film, the climax is the big fight between someone she beat before, but was tough. But now she's this boxer she's fighting. I think she was what was she? Oh, German. She's German. No, is that right? German? Yeah, I think it was German. Um, and but the German has learned how to fight differently and can take on Mary. And sure enough, it looks like she's going to lose. Now, this is a real story, so there's a lot of dramatic license, I'm sure. It probably wasn't nearly as close as they made it in this, but ultimately she wins. And that's really the story. And I give the story a two, even though it's a real story, because you've seen it. So many boxing films are like that. So it's nothing new. But that doesn't take away from it. Let me be clear on that, Wolverine. Doesn't take away from it. But same old, same old. The performances I thought were excellent. Now she carries the film, and I really, really liked her performance in this. Going from the young, she's rough, but she's a little naive, to the professional boxer, to the wife with children who now is boxing. And physically, I read that she did a lot of training for this. In fact, I think she trained for a few months before. I know I wrote some of that down. Yeah, she trained for months before the movie to look like she could fight, and she was ripped. I mean, even in the training montages, you can see how strong she was. Now, I thought the performance was, and I thought the coach was really good. I thought her boyfriend, Darshan Kummar, I thought he was good. I think I'd probably give the performances a four. Now, I will say this: the thing that I was a little uh, disappointed with was the fact that she was so physical and really looked like she could maybe carry this off. I thought the fight scenes were not very good. I don't think the fight choreography was good. And what I read was she tried to copy Mary Kom's style, but it didn't really feel like I saw Brother brothers, that was pretty graphic fighting, you know. And you look at you're like Raging Bull, or even some of the later Rocky movies. No, not even later, even the first one. I mean, the fighting is you're in there, and it's pretty brutal. And to me, it just seemed a little too choreographed and not real, like not real fighting. I mean, it's a, you know, I don't want to diminish the film in any way because of that, but it kind of bothered me a little bit. Now, as far as the music goes, and there was a lot of music, um, when she first gets to the gym, the train ride and sitting in the gym, that's the first song. And then the second song is like a montage of her as she wins more and more. So it just fits, you know, with that. The third song is a love song as the two of them realize that they're more than just friends. The fourth song is their wedding, which was beautiful. Again, the fourth song after she gives birth to the twins, she gets back into boxing. There's another training montage, and she reconnects back with her coach because she can't win without him. Now, the thing I did like about the music, there was no really extraneous musical numbers. It wasn't like that. The music fit the movie very, very well. So I'm, you know, again, didn't hurt it, didn't help it. I gave the music a 3. Overall, I really enjoyed the movie. I have to tell you, Wolverina. And you know, I didn't even know it was a real story. I didn't know it was a real person. So what she had to go through, one, a woman in India, 2, a woman in boxing, 3, lower caste. It's a pretty inspirational story, and I thought it was really well done. So I enjoyed it. So I'm going to give the movie Wolverina a 4. A 4. Round 4. Ding ding. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, check it out. She was great. She was really great in it. And you know, I've seen her in a bunch of stuff, and she's a good actress, and she can sing too, which I like. Okay, so now my of course it's that time of the show where I give you my recommendation. Okay, so my recommendation, now this is an old one, okay? And you know me, I love the classics. So I have picked for your enjoyment 1938, The Adventures of Robin Hood. This movie is directed by Michael Curtiz. It isn't the movie that made Errol Flynn a star. I think it was the third movie. I think the Sea Wolf was first, and then one other one, Captain Blood, I think. But this movie catapulted him to the next level. It also starred Olivia de Havilland, Basil Rathbone, Claude Rains, Alan Hale. For those who don't know, Alan Hale is the father of Alan Hale Jr., who was the skipper on Gilligan's Island. And if you see them, they look the same. Now, little FYI, Errol Flynn was not the first choice for Robin Hood. It was Jimmy Cagney. And you will find no bigger fan of Jimmy Cagney than myself, but I just don't see it. The thing about this movie that was really amazing was, one, it was, although Technicolor had been out for a while, it was a film that probably used it better than any film at that time. The colors absolutely pop off the screen. There's music by, I think the composer was Korngold, who created, at that time, they used to use stock soundtracks. His music represented themes throughout the film. It was very unique, and it's a great, it's great. It's great. It's a fun movie. It's got great action in it. The sword, Basil Rathbone was a champion sword fencer. Of course, in every film he's the bad guy. He dies, but there's great sword fights in this. And Errol Flynn is just I mean, he's just got so much presence, and he's just the hero. Now, again, it's an old film. Some of the acting, looking at it through today's eyes, a little over the top. But I'm telling you, it's a great adventure film. I think you'll really, if you have not seen it, I think you'll really enjoy it. And I would love, if you haven't seen it and watch it, let me know what you think about it. It's one of my favorites of the old films, and one when it comes on, I always watch it. So that's my recommendation on this show. Okay. Again, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the notification button, hit the like button, and as always, please share so we can continue to build this great maniac community. I mean, I got a neon light now. I mean, come on. I deserve a like, don't I? A like? What do you say? All right, that's it. We'll talk to you soon on John Talks Indian Cinema with either a 10ish minute review or a trailer reaction. Thanks for watching, everybody.